Facebook, how are you today? I am really excited to be with you again. Geez, this is my take 3. The devil doesn't want this word getting out there. I've had all sorts of resistances, but here I am, and this is third time we're going to get this thing out. So today I have an absolute pearler of a word for you guys. It's just going to excite your heart, and you're just going to jump up and down. So God is on the move. He is just moving by his spirit, and the devil's day's up, and it's time for his kingdom to be demonstrated in a full way. So today I want to talk to you about something I heard as I was waking up yesterday from my sleep. I was asleep still, but I was waking, that half awake, half asleep place. And I heard the words ridiculous favour. And I thought, oh, that's exciting, ridiculous favour, but it's a very interesting way of explaining your favour, Lord. So I went on a search, as I always do when God speaks to me. He always sends me on a treasure hunt. And so I went and looked up the word ridiculous in, online Google dictionary. And this is what I found. So ridiculous means, this is a crack up, you're going to love this. It means laughable, funny, humorous, comical, hilarious, outrageous, shocking, farcical, unbelievable, incredible, preposterous, monstrous, astonishing, unthinkable. Oh, and there's many, many, many more words. I'm thinking you're getting the picture, right? So the Lord said to me, Anita, I am releasing ridiculous favour. And this favour that I'm pouring out is going to be so outrageous that my people will be laughing their way into their promises. This is what this means. I just thought this is just amazing. It will spark hilarious outbreaks of my joy as I move in an unthinkable, astonishing expression of my favour that will catapult my people in their divine destiny. How is that? And I just really feel that God is going to move in really different ways. He's going to move in ways that, you might have been in the past, doors might have been shut to you, but in this season, he's going to open doors to you that in the natural shouldn't be open to you. He's going to make a way for you where in the natural there's no way, but the ridiculous expressions of his favor is going to mark your life and mark this season, and it's going to cause you to rejoice in your portion. Like it says in Isaiah 61 verse 7, you are going to rejoice in your portion by the day of ridiculous favor. And, it's even like we're in the day of Esther, and I really felt that the Lord really wanted me to share about Esther today and about the positioning of Esther and how Esther, in the last post I talked about the preparation for the suddenly, a preparation for positioning. And so there's been, the purification process of the dealing of the heart and the purifying of the heart. But this season is the beautifying, and the beautifying is the favour. The beautifying is what positions you into the presentation place, is where you go through the door. So the beautification is the favour of the Lord that will get you where you can't get yourself, and it will get you where no man can get you, because it's only the favour of God that can open the door that no man can shut. And it's only the favour of God that can shut the door that no man can open. And so this is the season of ridiculous favour, of things just happening that shouldn't happen, of unthinkable things, unimaginable things, unbelievable things that are almost laughable. And I can see many of you are going to be looking to each other, to your friends, and just laughing and go, I can't even believe that, I was promoted to this position, or that, this door was open for me, or against all odds, as I said in a few of my other posts. This is the season of against all odds, but it's the ridiculous favour that God's pouring out in this season that's going to cause you to overcome and come into your position against all odds. And as Esther was positioned, we know she was positioned for a job. She was positioned for such a time. She was positioned to expose the enemy's kingdom. She was positioned to to turn a curse, to turn a decree of death and save a nation. And in this season, God is positioning those that have been prepared in the purification season. He's now beautifying his people to present them into that position of favor. And, you know, as Esther went before the king, she went with nothing other than the favor of God. And so the king found favor. She found favor in the king's sight. And, you know, God's people in this season are going to find favor with rulers. They're going to find favor with bosses. They're going to find favor with people that normally, in the normal, natural circumstance, they wouldn't find favor. But it's the season of ridiculous favor. And I just want to share with you what God is doing in this season. You know, as you know, Vashti, which was the king in Esther, if we look at Esther, the king's wife that rebelled against the king, when the king called for Vashti to come and parade in front of his feast that he was holding for his city and nation, and she rejected that call. But see, God is positioning those now that will be faithful and responsible with the position that he gives them, because much given, much required. And Vashti didn't honor her position. You know, she was very self-serving. And so Esther represents the ones that have been prepared for such a time, the handmaidens of the Lord, which, you know, I believe the mantle of Esther, you know, a lot of people say it's only for women, but I believe it's a mantle of demonstration, really. It's a mantle of favor for demonstration. And God is positioning his people to demonstrate his mighty works. I mean, you look at what happened with Esther. That whole situation of turnaround was a miracle. It was only by the hand of God. Yes, she fasted and called her nation to fast, but it was by the hand of God. But yes, there was a death involved, and she did not love not her life even unto death. And it was through that death, it was through that powerful, courageous sacrifice that she saw a whole nation delivered. But it was because she understood that when Mordecai said to her, "Hey, Esther, you know, how do you not know that you've been prepared for such a time as this?" And she beckoned and heeded to the wise words of her cousin Mordecai and thought, yes, I'm going to honor my position. And you know what? I think of Vashti, and a lot of people go, oh, Vashti, a lot of, you know, that secret women's lib sort of attitude in your heart can sort of go, oh, well, I wouldn't want to parade myself in front of a whole bunch of drunken people either, you know. But you've got to understand the culture of the day. The culture of the day, she understood what was required of her. She knew, as the king's wife, there were certain obligations, and one of them was to come when the king called. That was just the culture of the day. And she chose not to heed the king's call. But I want to say to you that Esther, these ones that are arising, see, the Lord requires our beauty. When God calls us, he requires our beauty. What does that mean? The beauty of the Lord that's poured over us, the favor of God that he pours over us. He requires our beauty so that when he calls for us to be presented, we're called to demonstrate, we should come. And that's why Vashti was removed, because she didn't come. But the Lord is positioning those that are going to understand the requirement of the position. And God positions you to display his beauty. He positions you to display his kingdom and to demonstrate his powerful purposes on the earth. And so, you know, it's interesting that we're coming up to the weekend of Purim, because when God told me to share about Esther today, I'd totally forgotten. I mean, I knew, like last week, I'd sort of the flashing thought come through my mind, but I'd totally forgotten. And then as God's been giving me this word over the weekend, and then he's saying, Anita, I want you to release it now, I was thinking to myself, oh my goodness, this weekend is a celebration of the courageous feat of Esther that turned the enemy's plans on its head and gave a great victory for God's people. And you know what? This weekend, this celebration of Purim, the celebration of Esther, and the victory of Esther, I believe are going to be a marking release of the ridiculous favor of God upon his people. I really believe that we're in an Esther moment now. We're moving into the Esther demonstration. We're moving into the time where those that have been positioned in the wilderness, those that have been, positioned, those that have been prepared in the wilderness, like even David, have been prepared and have fought the battles in secret, that have been prepared and humbled. They have been, the Bible even says, why did I take the children of Israel through the wilderness? To humble them. So it's an emptying out. It's a positioning of the heart in order that when the king does call and require the favor, that we will be courageous and we will stand and demonstrate his kingdom. So let me tell you that God is positioning you in ridiculous amounts of favor. You're just going to see it left, right, and center. And you know what? You're going to enjoy your portion because, Esther, when she was positioned, you can imagine she had all the perks of the kingdom. She could wear all the beautiful jewels and the beautiful robes and, eat all the fine food. And so when there is a promotion in your life, you do enjoy the perks of that promotion, but there comes a great responsibility with that promotion, and it's to demonstrate the beauty of the Lord. And so just know that in this season, your time of promotion has come. Your time of presentation, like Esther was presented before the king, has come because you're moving now into your season of demonstration. You're moving now into the manifestation of the preparation of this last season. And you're going to begin to see, okay, Lord, it was worth it. This last season, it's going to all make sense. It's all going to come together. The pieces of the puzzle are going to begin to form as God pours out this ridiculous favor. And you're going to see the enemy's works overturned. He's going to be turned on his head. You're going to begin to see victory manifest in your life like never before because of the work of the Lord, that you've humbled yourself under the mighty hand of God. And in this season, he is exalting you. He is promoting you. He is giving you the desires of your heart because now is the season of ridiculous favor. So I just want to see if I've got anything else here that I need to share with you. But I just want to encourage you that, where in the natural, where you would have been rejected or denied access, know in this hour that God is granting you access. He's granting you access, and he's elevating you to a position to demonstrate him. And so I just want to encourage you that there's been a purpose in this purification. There's a purpose in this preparation. And now you're ready for your promotion. God is beautifying you with ridiculous favor. You're ready to walk into your demonstration. Be blessed. I hope you were really encouraged by this word. And I'll talk to you soon. Bless you. Bye.